What is going on, everybody? My name is Jake with Code 4 Defense, and today we're here in the shop taking a look at the Smith and Wesson CSX. Let's get into it. The Smith and Wesson CSX is the latest offering from Smith and Wesson in the double stack Micro 9 compact carry arena. It is a full metal micro carry pistol, and let me tell you, this thing is sweet. So we're going to go over all the features of the new Smith and Wesson CSX, starting from front to back, working top to bottom, just like we always do. You can see up here at the front, it's got a metal front sight with a white dot. That's paired at the rear with a metal rear sight with two white dots, making it a 3-dot pattern. Up here up front, you can see that it's got nice cocking serrations, which aid in things like press checks or if you wanted to rack the gun from the front. As we move even further back here, you can see that it's got a loaded chamber indicator by way of a direct window into the chamber itself. So if there's brass in there, you would be able to see it. Here on the back, you can see that it's got nice cocking serrations, which again aid in getting a nice purchase on the firearm to do your weapon manipulation for chambering rounds. As we come forward here, you can see it's got a flush fit muzzle that doesn't protrude out the end of the slide of the firearm, which isn't necessarily a feature, although I think it looks really, really nice. Along those lines, this front contour of the gun, I don't know, there's just something about it. It looks really, really good to me. And it's actually super minimal as it sits in a holster inside of your pants. So it feels like it's even smaller than it already is. As we come back, one of the cooler things that the CSX has done is provided you with ambidextrous slide stop levers. These are full metal and they work exceptionally well for dropping the slide with a loaded magazine in place. As we come back, you can see that it's got a safety lever, which again is fully ambidextrous. So pretty cool feature from Smith, coming with a fully ambidextrous metal frame gun right out of the box with actually really nice sights too. Coming even further back, probably one of the more notable things about the Smith & Wesson CSX is it's actually a hammer-fired firearm as opposed to some of the more common striker-fired firearms in this arena. As we come forward, you can see the trigger here, which is kind of 1911-esque in that it's a little flat, got a little bit of a curve to it. The thing that's certainly not very 1911 is this trigger safety. So obviously there's no backstrap safety like there would be on a 1911, but there is a trigger shoe safety, which I think is kind of an interesting design choice. So if you come off safe here, we'll work this trigger for you so you can get a good idea of what it feels like. And as you come in here, there's the take up, which is essentially 0. It's only taking up the trigger safety right to the wall. There's your break right there. Reset. Now, this is the interesting thing about this trigger, and probably the thing that I don't like is that it's got that false reset right there. You can hear that audible click, and then we come to full reset. There's that click, and then there's the full reset. Now, a couple times when shooting this thing, I actually had a couple of false trigger resets where I thought I had gone all the way out because I felt that click subconsciously, and then I went to press the trigger and I didn't have anything happen. I had to reset the trigger completely to allow that to work. As we come further down, you can see that it's got a magazine release, which is full metal, and it's actually reversible to be fully ambidextrous. It's not ambidextrous on its own, but it is capable of being switched to the other side for you lefties out there. It works very well, very positive, sits out of the way so you don't accidentally actuate it for any unknown reason, but it works very well for what it is. As we come down, the grip of the handgun is exceptional. I really can't speak highly enough of how this gun feels in your hands. The weight of it with the full metal While I don't necessarily advocate for carrying a heavier concealed firearm, something about this grip just feels perfect in your hands. It has an adjustable palm swell here on the back so that you can tailor it to the size of your hand. And the checkering or the stippling here up front is just aggressive enough for you to get a very nice purchase so that you can drive out and work the gun nice and hard. Coming down even further here, you can see the magazine. Now, the cool thing about this firearm is it comes with a 10-round magazine and a 12-round magazine from the factory, or at least mine did. So if you look at the magazines here, they're full metal. You can see the windows down at the bottom there, which show you your round count on this side as well. And this 12-round magazine is not technically flush fit, although you can see it really doesn't stick down too much further from the firearm, maybe a quarter of an inch at most. And it actually allows for me a perfect firing grip on the handgun to get nice, clean follow-up shots on target, working this thing really, really fast. So that's kind of a external overview of the Smith and Wesson CSX. My overall impression of it is very impressed. I've ran no less than 300 rounds through this thing at this point in time, and I have not had any serious malfunctions, jams, issues whatsoever, other than things that I caused as a shooter. Nothing that the weapon had issues with. I've ran all kinds of different dirty ammunition through it, and I didn't clean it at all through any of that testing. It seems like Smith wanted to make a metal framed Micro 9 handgun, and man, there's really nothing like it on the market right now in terms of this much capacity and this small of a handgun, other than some of the 1911 platforms out there. And to be honest, I like this a lot more than some of the 1911 counterparts. It's almost as if a striker fired handgun and a 1911 had a love child, and this was the product. And it's really, really cool, to be honest. If you get the opportunity, you should 100% shoot one. It's very, very nice. The safety on this thing is super positive, very easy to work when you're running drills, or if you were to use it in a self-defense type situation. It's easy to come up on target, work in that safety, get a nice clean trigger press. The only thing that I say that I don't like about it is that kind of trigger, like false reset that I was getting. And, the trigger press really, in my opinion, isn't that great in terms of a concealed carry trigger. It's certainly serviceable. And to be honest, in the moment, that's something that you're probably never going to notice. The only other negative that I'll say about it, and I don't know if Smith plans to remedy this in the future, is that it's not optics ready from the factory. Now, there might be a version that I'm unaware of at this moment in time, or perhaps when you're seeing this video, they've released a version that is, and that would remedy that. And I know I'm going to get a ton of comments about how carrying an optic on your micro compact is dumb and all that stuff. But I like it for my personal carry, and I think it's one of those things that I look at in terms of features for a firearm. But this guy coming in the mid 550 area is a really, really nice handgun. If you're looking for something different than that Glock 43X or the SIG P365, you want to kind of stand out from the crowd, I can't tell you anything that would deter you from this handgun. I mean, truly, it's very nice. Now, full disclosure on this thing, I didn't get paid or endorsed by Smith or anybody for that matter to bring you this handgun or show you an overview of it. I purchased this through our company. We manufacture Kydex holsters, so I needed to get one in to make holsters for y'all. So that's kind of my 2 cents on the old Smith and Wesson CSX. Leave your comment down below and tell me what you think of it. What you think of this design or this concept. I'm kind of interested to hear y'all's opinion as to whether or not this would actually be something you would choose to carry every day. You guys stay safe, and we will see you on the next one.